What's going on, everyone? If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Ben and this is my 1997 Honda Stepwagon, and I'm excited to announce that I have the coolest radio setup of all time in here. Check this out. I've got a working Nintendo 64 in here. It's all plugged up. I'm playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. You can see it right here playing on this factory display, and I've got a CarPlay unit. We're gonna be talking all about the Carpuride W901. This is CarPlay you can put in any car. So here we are, guys, with the Carpuride W901. And again, this thing can go into any car. All you need is a 12-volt outlet and some way to hook up to your radio, and you can pretty much get this thing to work, again, with any car. Starting with what you get right out of the box. In this box, you've got a bracket for mounting it right here, as I have, and then you also have an additional bracket that you can mount to the windshield. Now, of course, I went with this route. I don't like having things super high up in my vision here when I'm driving, so this right here works perfect for me. You've also got a very handy user manual, a 3.5mm audio cable, and of course the charger. Now let's talk about all the interfaces on this thing. Okay, so starting from the top port, you've got an external mic port that's 3.5mm. Right under that, you have a card reader, which is capable of reading cards up to 64 gigabytes, and you can load those up with music. You have a camera in slot, that's a 2.5mm, so you can actually hook up a backup camera to this. Underneath that, you have the audio output, that's your 3.5mm, and that's this cord right here. Underneath that, you have a USB, and this is going to be your interface link with CarPlay and Android Auto. And then finally, at the bottom here, this is where you plug up to 12 volts. Up top here, you have a power button, which also doubles as the volume button if you just press it once. And this thing's actually very sturdy. I really love the mount they put in this thing, and it's easily removable. But at the same time, with it installed, it's very solid. No joke, installing the base of this thing took me 2 minutes. There's some double-sided tape that goes on the bottom here, and then you can also, if you'd like to additionally put this in here more permanently, there's screw hole locations up top of this piece too. Next, I'm gonna hook up my phone and get CarPlay to work. Again, I've got an Apple device. This also has Android Auto. Now, as you can see here, you've got the CarPlay screen, and take a look at this. I'd just like to point out this one feature really quick. So this is normally over here for US CarPlay models, but because my car is right-hand drive, this right here allows me easier access to my maps, and it can be switched to either side on this unit. Really cool feature that you don't see in a lot of CarPlay units. And going through the maps here, this screen is super responsive. It's super quick to respond to touch. Again, a lot of CarPlay units are really laggy. This one is not. I actually recently installed CarPlay into another one of my vehicles, and I can say this is without a doubt much faster. And check this out, switching between apps is incredibly fast, instant. Now let's go back home and go through some more of the apps here. So again, you have the option of Airplay. Here's how to do it. If you go into settings, you click on your device here, it goes to iOS mirror, and you can go back, and now you can Airplay it. Check this out. Boom, it's playing it on the screen, and it adjusts the aspect ratio perfectly. Hey look, Mom, on TV. Check out in real time how fast that is. And of course, to switch back to the main menu, you just disconnect. And all you do to get back to CarPlay is to do the same thing, but in reverse. Now when you plug it up, it goes straight to CarPlay. Now let's dive into some more features here. Again, we've done the CarPlay, we've done Airplay. This is one of my favorite settings on the whole thing, and that is an equalizer. Take a look here. I just upgraded my speaker system, and this right here is what sets this above the rest. I can adjust my audio settings to make the speakers sound exactly the way I want them to. Again, not a lot of CarPlay units out there are offering this, so it's really a nice sight to see. Moving on, this has the capability of doing Bluetooth calling. And again, if you don't have a phone for CarPlay, you can hook up a USB or have it read off the memory card for all of your music. Plus, check this out. It's got an FM transmitter on it that you can directly link up to your radio if you don't have an actual wired connection anywhere on your radio. So this means no matter what car you have, as long as it has an FM radio, you can transmit the audio from your phone or other device into your car's stereo. So again, this thing really is for everyone. Now going through the settings, you have options for all of these different languages already built in. One more thing to point out is if you don't want to play this through your car's speakers and rather you just want to have it plugged up to power, you can actually play this through a speaker on the back. And check that out. Again, there's the setting I really like, the right drive setting, where it goes everything to the right, so I have priority as the driver over here on the right hand side. Again, here's your linkage for your Android Auto and your Apple CarPlay. Here's all of your Wi-Fi information, and this is for wireless CarPlay as well as your wireless Airplay. Now if you have a rear view camera hooked up, you can have it just straight up mirror off of here as well. And then up top you've got all of your notifications. You have your volume adjustment here. This shows you have CarPlay enabled. This shows that it's not got Bluetooth connected to it. This is your screen brightness. This button up here actually changes everything over to a different background if you so choose. And guess what? This thing has a built-in microphone, so you can actuate Siri. Siri, get me directions to Southeast Imports. It works flawlessly. Additionally, one of my favorite features is that this thing has a light sensor on the back. Check that out. It dims the screen. I'm telling you guys, this thing really does it all. And again, I just want to reiterate, as long as you have a 12-volt outlet, this thing can be powered and put into just about any car, making it super useful for all kinds of applications. Again, with my radio being very basic, I wanted to have something that was CarPlay for me to have on a day-to-day basis, and this thing is incredible for it. Now again, this is my daily driver. I drive this thing every single day. So I've had this in my car for a few weeks now, and I have to say, this has been totally life-changing for me. And I'm not just saying that. I really didn't think that I could have a CarPlay unit, because in this particular car, there's no real good cutout for a CarPlay unit to go without me cutting out the dash and having a whole mess of things up here. Whereas this, with just a couple of wires attached to it, gives me CarPlay that I can remove easily from my car if I want to. And that's another thing. With the multiple included mounts with this kit, you can throw it into multiple cars just by pulling it out and moving it to a different car if you so choose. For like the 5th time this video, this can go into just about any car. Now I want to touch on a few additional things here as well. Going back to the equalizer, the sound quality that's afforded in this kit is really, really nice. I mean, with this adjustment to my speakers, this sounds really great. And there's no weird, annoying static or hiss that comes with a lot of other CarPlay units on the market. This one, take a listen, volume up, nothing playing, is dead quiet. Now I know this might look very strange to a lot of you if you're not used to what an equalizer looks like, but they do make it super easy by including some preset ones as well. Additionally, going back to the volume controls, if we turn this on here, you can see it's got different volume controls for your overall volume and for your navigation as well. It's super nice to have in case you want to have your audio at a certain volume and your talk to text and navigation at a different volume. Once again, something not a lot of CarPlay manufacturers have, but Carpuride does. And check this out, no wired connection to my phone whatsoever. It does wireless CarPlay. And again, it's very responsive. Now, of course, you're going to have lower latency with a wired connection than you are a wireless connection. But for those of you that don't like to have a lot of cords hanging out, it's a very nice alternative. Same thing goes with Android Auto as well. Also, let's talk about the display itself. It is incredibly bright. You can see here we're in this nicely lit warehouse. I can see the screen just fine here. And going around in the direct sunlight, it's perfectly fine. And the color contrast on this thing is really nice too. Comparing this screen size to my iPhone, this thing is close to the size of an iPad, probably around an iPad mini. But again, that also makes it very portable as well. Now, if you guys are thinking about purchasing one of these for yourself, there's a link down in the description that you can go and check out this model and a whole bunch of other ones. There's tons of different CarPlay units from Carpuride available. So if this one doesn't suit your needs, there's definitely one on there that will. And if you use my code BATTLES, you can get 15% off of your order. I want you guys to know that this is really a quality unit. This is not something that I take lightly. I don't like to share things that I don't believe in myself, and this thing really did convert me over to having this big tablet here on the front of my dash. Personally, my quality of life has improved now that I've got CarPlay in every single one of my cars. I finally feel like my tech journey is complete here. All right, now you guys watch me do some sick tricks. So now I hope you guys can see when I say this is my favorite radio setup of all time. This right here has made my life so much easier. This screen right here that's integrated into the dash with my N64 gives me all the old school vibes. Everything being able to be played through the stereo is just amazing. Again, thank you to Carpuride for helping me out with this. Finally, my step wagon is the ultimate daily driving machine. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what your favorite feature of this thing is. And above all, guys, take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.